Now, of course, I feel like I can't finish this video without talking about some of the controversy surrounding the book and the movie. Albeit, I have not read all of the books, so I've only read the first one, and I do realize that there might be some information that I'm missing that do happen in the second and third book. Now, I did read some things about how it inaccurately presents BDSM. The thing is that 50 Shades of Grey never claimed to be a guidebook on BDSM. All E.L. James was trying to do was write a story that she felt like telling. And this, although he might be into whips and handcuffs and all of that, and that's cool, it's not about saying, hey, here's a BDSM relationship that you should strive to have because BDSM is cool. That's not what's happening. This is about a complicated relationship where somebody is trying to force himself to become more open-minded to somebody else's interests and learning just how depraved this person that she comes to care about is. It is not a guidebook for BDSM. Trust me, this is not the type of relationship that people should be striving for, because I'm going to start worrying about your issues prior to reading this book, because this is not the type of relationship to strive for. He is a control freak. He does want to tell her what to do all the time and really take that free will from her, and she fights back. But a lot of the times she's crying and she's upset, and she really has to put her foot down because she's constantly undergoing a mental and emotional abuse. I would not say that Christian is physically abusive, because there's absolutely nothing that occurs between them that is not 100% consensual. He makes it very clear that at all times, if she says no, he has to listen to that. And he does. When she says no, he does stop. And she admits to liking it. And that is her interest, that is his interest. If it makes them happy, who am I to judge that? Whatever. But this is not a guidebook to BDSM, people. This is not the type of relationships to strive for, because it is not a healthy relationship, and that has nothing to do with their interests in the bedroom or in the playroom. It has nothing to do with that, because to each their own. To each their own. I'm not here to judge you. But outside of their sexual activity, up here and how they relate to each other, it is not perfect. They obviously care about each other, they love each other, and that's wonderful, but they do not have a healthy relationship that goes so far beyond their sexual interest in each other. People get distracted because there's a lot of sex in the book, but the unhealthy part of their relationship goes so far beyond that. So for people that are complaining that it is inaccurately representing BDSM, it's not trying to represent BDSM. However, it is conveying an unhealthy relationship, and I do not encourage people to strive for that kind of relationship, because I love you guys, please. So I don't want anybody, I don't agree with any kind of abuse, because abuse is completely not, it's not consensual. That is not consensual, and there's so much emotional and mental abuse that occurs in this book. So I really would hope that people reading this read it because it's an interesting story with interesting characters, not because it is a guidebook for the type of relationship that they want. But I don't think that anybody who does want to enter into that kind of relationship is doing so because they do it for abuse and because they don't want to be happy. That's not it at all. It's not a healthy relationship, and I don't think that the majority of the readers truly want that kind of relationship. The other thing I want to talk about is the claims that Anna is raped by Christian. I remember reading one comment that someone says that Anna tries to kick him off, and he tells her that to stop moving her legs or she's going to be punished. I will tell you that did not happen. That is completely skewing what actually happened in the book. Completely 100% skewing what happened in the book. It was completely taken out of context, and it was not rape. It was there was no lack of consent. What happened in these scenes is that part of their sexual play is that he wanted her to be still, but obviously she's kind of writhing because she's straight up horny. She's horny and she's just responding to the sexual touch. So she's just, you know, quivering and whatever she's doing and just, you know, being somebody that's having sex, and she's turned on. He tells her to be still or he's going to tie her up. And the reason he says this is not because it's him trying to rape her or trying to force her into doing anything that she doesn't want to do, but being tied up is part of their sexual fantasies, and it is part of their relationship, their sexual part of their relationship. It's what they like to do as a couple, and it is nothing more than that. If she straight up told him, do not bind my feet, he would not do it. He would not bind anything on her if that's what she asked. He absolutely has not and will not do anything that she does not want done to her. This is not rape. It is completely consensual. Anytime she's ever said no in the book, he listened. He might not have been 100% happy about it, but he completely listened and was not into doing anything that was going to force her to do anything against her will. So I want to just shut that, like, those rape accusations down right now. Because just because it's not the type of sexual activity that you're interested in doing yourself, that's fine. Everybody is into their own, everyone is into their own fantasies and fetishes and whatever you like. It doesn't matter. Just, it's your own business. And if it's not hurting anybody else, you know, to each their own. That's your business, not mine. Not rape. That is not, that is like, that's just not rape. I'm going to finish this video by saying how sad it is that I'm a little bit worried that there's not going to be a second movie, because I think I would have enjoyed to have a second movie and have this franchise continue. But unfortunately, there were a lot of issues with filming this movie. One, recently, Jamie Jordan, who plays Christian Grey, has backed out of playing the role of Christian Grey further. He's completely backed out of it because of family issues. So that's upsetting. But two, there were a lot of issues between E.L. James and the producers, and there were a lot of discrepancies because apparently E.L. James felt there wasn't enough sex. So yeah, they did not get along, which also makes me think that it's going to discourage further movies. But I'm going to cross my fingers and hope for the best. Anyway, I think that basically wraps up my thoughts on 50 Shades of Grey, both the book and the movie. Thank you for hanging in there. I know this is a long video, but Emma told me that I should record some of my thoughts, so that's what I'm here doing for you guys. I think that's it. I'll talk to you guys later.